iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
We just got to open a show with all of our best friends and a piece that we really, really care about, and it's so many of our debuts, and it's just, I don't know, it just feels like a real victory lap.
And so much that was a part of this process was us not being glitzy and glammy and approaching the story as the most normal, young-souled people that I know. And so now this night when we have some glitter thrown on us, it's fun to see everyone in their fullest form.
9 out of the 10 of us are making our debuts tonight, and so there's really not a single energy in the entire building that's taking a single moment for granted. It's so special.
I wish everyone could have come to see Backstage right in the hour before the show. The amount of positivity and happiness flowing through that building, there's no way you're going to have a bad show when that's in the air. It's been incredible.
I'm just so proud of all these artists that I've worked with for so many years. So proud of the message of our show. So proud that a show from such, unauspicious beginnings could make this crazy journey. Just pride. Yeah, why not? We deserve to be up here.
I've worked so hard for so long, almost 18 years now, trying to be on Broadway. And to be on Broadway with a show that I love and a show that people love, and it's so much fun, and it's so many characters. It's a great feeling. It really is.
We've been working on this show for a while and have seen different incarnations of it, meet different audiences. So for us to be opening our doors to a Broadway audience feels really rewarding, and to do it with people that we really care about is really exciting.
It's a dream come true. But not only is it my dream come true, I get to do it alongside all of my best friends. All of us were on the road together before this, which is unheard of, I feel like, in the business. And the road will help you get real close to people real fast. And so we already just have such incredible friendships and relationships. And so to top it off with getting to share this experience, I'm getting chills right now, honestly.
Complete ditto. It feels, you always hear the word family thrown around, but being on the road together with such an incredible show, with such incredible people, has brought us all so close together, and to cap it off with a Broadway run at the end of all of this is just the most perfect experience we could wish for.
You could never wish for it.
No,
it's too good.
It doesn't happen. No one goes on the road and then opens on Broadway. Maybe in 1938, but not now, and we did it, and it's such a unique experience, and so we're so thankful for it.
We're kind of in a new world now where fans have some power in getting shows to Broadway, and when I was growing up, it wasn't that way. So this is a really cool feeling to know that, you can be part of a cult underground fandom, and you might see that show up here on the Great White Way. It's not what we were expecting, and we owe that to our fans. They were there for the book series, and now we get to bring their favorite characters to life, and they tell us how grateful they are. We're very active on social media. Oh no. We're very active on Instagram and Twitter, and we have a very strong connection to our fans.
It's been mind-blowing. I've never been a part of anything so big, and so it just means a lot to each and every one of these kids that come up after the shows. There will be lines around the block. I think Chicago was the biggest wake-up call for me, because we got outside and it was literally down the alley, around the corner. We were like, oh my goodness, this is this is what it feels like, and it's an amazing thing. Yeah, so grateful for it. Mm-hmm.
I am the fan who just happened to also be doing the show. I've been a fan of the book since I was 11, and so I never really felt a separation between us and them. It's always been you're one of us, you're part of the family, you're very much a part of the show as much as we are, and we read everything that they write us, and they're so artistic and so talented, and they will draw us these incredible portraits and just pictures, and it really is a community in itself.
I think a lot of people feel that this show and the books represent a message of inclusion, and what makes you different makes you strong, and that whether it's if you're queer or if you're differently abled or special in any way that might differ from the norm, this show speaks to them in such a way that it gives good shelter to every half-blood of any stripe.
I was absolutely happy to like come back to the book again and again and again for lyric ideas, for plot, for character enrichment moments, all of that stuff. We would come back to the book.
The challenge that I put to myself and to all the creators was that this wanted to be a celebration of the limitations that we had. This was never going to be a show with giant scenery kind of coming in, that we know that we wanted to use, really showcase the 7 actors and really celebrate that they're doing all of these multiple roles.
I cannot wait for every high school, every different regional theater to be producing The Lightning Thief. I think it's going to be so great and so magical. You know, we got to see clips of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. They got to do a concert version of our show, and that was so inspiring and so wonderful and beautiful and creative to see. You know, kids in high school doing this story. I'm so excited.
Going to a show, say a high school show, and seeing someone play Chiron and living their best truth in life in it, I think that would be such a wonderful, wonderful feeling of just knowing that so many people love it and so many kids love it. It's it's one of those that yeah, it's just really close to the heart.
Growing up, I was one of the weird kids, and I didn't really know how to go about that. I very much figured out this road by myself with the help of friends, but there was no one in my entertainment radar that I could look up to. And when people write to me and they tell me I am so inspired by you because you are not only an immigrant, but you're a queer Asian person of color who is, you know, on a Broadway stage, that means the world to me because it gives them permission. It empowers them and reminds them that there is a place in this industry for us and that you are capable of doing whatever you want and you will not be hindered by your sexual orientation or your race or your past or your socioeconomic status.
It is a giant spectacle, fan hit. There are monsters, there's quests, there's gods, there's talking squirrels and dolphins. I mean, it is just, it's high energy out the gate to the very end, and you will not have a bad time. I challenge you to have a bad time at our show.
If you're a fan of the books, come have a fun time with us. You know, we're not trying to be anything that we're not. We are promising you an escape from the world for 2.5 hours. You will have fun. It's a blast.
There's a lot going on in the world right now, and sometimes you need a kick in the butt to get in the ring and get yourself involved with that stuff. And I think our show shows that no one should be sitting on the sidelines right now. No matter what your perceived weaknesses are, you have strengths to offer to this world, and the world needs you right now. So that's what I would say. Get to the show, go on this quest with us, but more importantly, walk out those doors and go on your own quests out in the world.
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.